Okay, beautiful people. So someone reached out to me with this question and said I should talk about it because they do not understand what I mean by long stay visa and short stay visa. Now, I'm going to talk about these visas. I will talk about the documents you need. I will tell you some advantages that you need. Okay. So, first, let's go with the long stay visa so you understand. Stay connected and make sure you watch to the very end, because if you don't, you may not know what I'm talking about. If you didn't already know, please like the video for me and share the video, because if you do that, YouTube is equally going to give me water to drink. Or if you want to support my work, check the description box. There are things there you can use to support me. Thank you so much. So the long stay visa is, for example, I'm just going to give you another example, a good example you should take. The long stay visa, an example, is a student visa. Okay. Now, what basically happens is you are not going to get a long visa. Okay. What will happen is, if you are applying for a student visa, you are going to apply for the visa. Of course, it will be given to you for 3 months maximum. Then, when you get to that country, okay, let's say that you got a visa for Poland, Netherlands, Czech Republic, and when you get that visa and you get to the country, you are now going to get what is called temporary residence permit, not permanent residency. Temporal residence permit means that you are there in that country temporarily, you are not permanent. Okay. Now, another name for a long stay visa you might not know is visa D. Okay. For some other countries, it is called a national D visa. For some other countries, it has a different name. Okay. Like for the Netherlands. But note that the visa you are going to get, that visa is only valid for 3 months. And the government of that country expects you, when you get to the country, you change that visa within that 3 months that you have and get a residence permit. Now, this way, if you are a student, if you apply as a student, the pathway to transition is usually very easy, because automatically the government have the right to give you a residence permit. Like me, when I came to the Netherlands, the government just said, okay, this is the date you have to come to this place and collect your residence permit. Temporary residence permit, it's like an identity card. That is an example of someone who used a long stay visa, because this visa now is going to permit me stay in the Netherlands for at least 1 year. Okay, then I renew it later on if I want to renew. Do you understand? And for you to renew, you need to be active in school, or you should have finished your program, then get a job. I hope you understand. For some other countries, it is not the same, but you should know that that is what it entails. Now, for you to apply for this visa, you need to find a school in any country of your choice, apply for the admissions. Then when you get an offer letter from the university, you now use it to apply for a visa. But remember, for you to apply for a visa, to get a long stay visa, you need to now look for other documents. There are always visa documents, right? Maybe your house contract, maybe tuition fee payment or deposit, maybe insurance, maybe other things, flight ticket. But it depends on the country, because these things I just list to you now, you do not need it for the Netherlands. The Netherlands, after you get admissions, you pay your fees. The government is the one to apply for your school will apply to the government. Then the government will just approve and give you an approval letter. You do not need accommodation, but you can get it. You do not need insurance, because already you paid your insurance to the school. So your insurance will be waiting for you in the Netherlands. Okay, so this is how it actually works. Please, this is a long stay visa and how you can get it. Now, the advantages of a long stay visa is, what are the advantages? First thing first, when you finish with a long stay visa, it gives you like a time frame for at least 1 year to stay back. And during that 1 year, you can always work as an international student, okay? Because some countries, like in Denmark, the Netherlands, you have working hours. In the Netherlands, 16 hours. In Canada, I think 22, 24, or 25, it doesn't matter. But just know that most countries will permit you work with a long stay visa, because after you come in, you are now going to get a residence permit. In Canada, it's called what? Temporary residence permit. In the Netherlands, the same thing, right? Now, another advantage is that with the student permit, the temporary residence permit, when you finish your school, you can now transition and get a job search visa. Then from there, you can now transition to permanent residency and citizenship. These are the advantages. And with such advantages, you can always move from one place to another. It's not a barrier. You can always go home times and again. Now, the other option which you should note is the short stay visa. Now, the short stay visa is that type of a visa you use and you go into Europe or to another country. For Canada, it is the visitor's visa. Okay, and the visitor's visa can be of various types: visit, tourist, medicals, or whatever. But for Canada, you can only be in Canada. In fact, this procedure I'm telling you was before this time, okay? But now it's no longer possible to go to Canada with it, then you change it to a work contract. So you have to be careful. Now, in Canada, you can be there for 6 months before you move out, then go back again if you have like a 10 years visa, right? That is a short stay visa. Well, some people say it's not a short stay, some say it's not a long stay, but to me, it's a short stay visa. Don't get it twisted. Now, for Europe, it is the same format, but for Europe, it's only 3 months within a period of 180 days. Okay, so you can get a visa as a visitor, as a tourist, as a business person, as you are going for a conference, or maybe you are going for business purposes. You have to show evidence. Okay, now with this particular type of visa, it also has its own document. Remember, since you are moving and you are telling the government of that country when you are applying for the visa, because of course you have to apply for the visa, and the government needs to understand why you are moving to that country. You need to tell them that you have something that will bring you back to your home country after your visit, after your trip, after your conference is over, after your business is over, because there are 5 categories of, and with this short stay visa, they call it a Schengen visa. Okay, for Europe, is a Schengen visa. So sometimes when you see Schengen visa, just know that it is a visa that you can stay maximum 3 months, then, but it can be given for you for even 10 years, okay? But it means that after 3 months, you have to exit, then you come back. Now, there's this particular visa is the visa type that most of you, I always advise you that if you do not have academic credentials, use the visa, come into Europe. If you think Aduro is not a problem to you, you can use it to take Aduro, okay? How do you take Aduro? You go to the nearest police station and ask them that, tell them why you came here and tell them what is chasing you from your country and tell them you want to ask for Aduro. They are going to tell you what to do and stuff like that. It's common in Italy, Netherlands, Belgium, Denmark, but you have to be careful. Know what Aduro is, know the disadvantages, know the advantages, because one of the disadvantages of Aduro is that you are not going back to your country in any time because you told them you are running away from something. So they cannot allow you go back again to that something you were running away from. And if you maybe try to find your way, okay, because I know you understand, and they find out, they will seize your document, and that is the game over for you. So you have to be careful. These are examples of short stay visas, which, like the Schengen visa I mean here. You have the tourist visa, you have the visit visa, you have the business visa, the medical visas, the conference visas, and other type of visas, right? There are documents for it. Now, for the documents for you to get those other, the long stay visa I explained before, you first of all need documents to apply for school. Then you now look for documents to apply for the long stay visa, including proof of funds. Same thing goes for short stay visa. Short stay visa, it depends now. If you are going as a tourist, you write your itinerary, the places you are going to visit. Then if you are going to visit a family member, let them give you invitation letter. Then you look for your bank statement for the past 3 months. For long stay visa, most of the time you are going to be using blocked account, bank statement for like 6 months, some countries 4 to 6 months. But for short stay, since it's maximum 3 months, you just need but a 3 months bank statement. Okay, then you can now go in. You apply, you tell them, and remember, both visas can get you into any country within the Schengen zone, but the other one can take you for over 1 year. Why the other ones you have to return back after 3 months, or you ask for Aduro. Now, when you ask for Aduro, it's a different ball game. And this short stay visa, you know already, Aduro is one of the things. And the disadvantage is that you cannot stay more than that time. If you want to stay more than that time, you have to ask for Aduro. Some people will be like, oh, you can use it to get a job in Europe. Guys, you have to be careful. Don't listen to all these people deceiving you, telling you stories up and down. It is not the way it works here. Somebody was even telling me that someone is telling her to take the short stay visa. When she gets to the Netherlands, an employer is going to hire her. Employer in which country? The Netherlands, that if you are not even skillful, there are a list of registered employers in the Netherlands. If they more recruit you, they are the ones to do your visa. And if you come here with a visit visa, nobody is going to employ you because first, you don't have accommodation. Even if you get accommodation, when you go to collect BSN number, the council officials will see that you came with a short stay visa because you need to present your visa. And now they will be like, you came with a visit visa, right? Why are you trying to stay? And at the end of the day, you will not get it except you convert to Aduro, which is something many people do not like. So I hope you understand this is how it works. And for the short stay visa, remember, the medical insurance you are buying is the insurance for the Schengen zone, which is equivalent to 30,000 euros. Does it mean you are going to pay 30,000 euros to insurance company? The answer is capital no. So you have to put all these things together. And I believe that if you follow up the procedure well, you will definitely succeed. Just think of which one is favorable for you. I can't make decisions for you, right? I'm just here to give out the differences so you actually know what you are going to be doing. I hope I answered the question from this follower of mine. Yeah, because I think many people do not actually understand. But you have not been doing enough research. Please just do research, okay? If you do research, you will see that these are the visa types you can use. But which one do I prefer? The best one to use is the student visa. Why? Because of the advantages I gave you already. Now, remember, the student visa is definitely going to be expensive. But if your money is not enough, I will advise you to look at the country you can afford within the EU or the Schengen zone. Because, of course, that if your money is not enough, you cannot be looking at Canada or United States, except you apply for scholarships, which is something most of us, we do not have the required documentations to actually use to apply. So, guys, put all these things together and hopefully you can find your way. I hope this video inspired you. Please, if you didn't watch, if you didn't share the video for me. And thank you so much. I appreciate. If you didn't like the video as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate. See you in another one. Bye bye.